Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Germany has accused Russia of a cyber attack on air traffic control and attempted electoral interference, and summoned the Russian ambassador. A foreign ministry spokesman said Russian military intelligence was behind a cyber attack against German air traffic control in August of last year. The spokesperson also accused Russia of seeking to influence and destabilise the country's federal election in February this year. The latest accusations come amid heightened concern in Europe over suspected Russian cyber attacks since Moscow launched its invasion of Ukraine in 2022. There was no immediate response from Russia.
This bill has been defeated.
Indiana Republicans have defied intense pressure from President Donald Trump by rejecting his demands that they pass a voting map meant to favour their party in next year's midterm elections. In one of the most conservative states in the US, 21 Republicans in the Senate joined all 10 Democrats to torpedo the restricting plan by a vote of 31-19. If it had cleared the legislature, Republicans could have flipped the only two Democratic-held congressional seats in the Senate.
There's no reason for doing that, and the Democrats do it to us, so I can't imagine that they do it, but I wasn't very much involved, but there's a man named Bray, as head of the Senate. Was that Bray? Is that the name, Bray? I'm sure that whenever his primary is, it's I think in 2 years, but I'm sure he'll go down.
Benin's foreign minister says some 200 West African soldiers are in the country to support the government following Sunday's failed coup. The attempt was foiled after foreign fighter jets drove the mutineers out of a military base and state TV headquarters, where they had declared a takeover. This is the first time that officials have said how many foreign soldiers were deployed to the country, although it is not clear if some have been withdrawn since Sunday. More photos from the estate of the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein have been released by Democrats to the House Oversight Committee. The 19 photographs include images of US President Donald Trump, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and Steve Bannon. There is no suggestion that these pictures imply any wrongdoing, and many of those featured in them have denied any wrongdoing in relation to Epstein. Some of the images have been seen before. With others, it's unclear where and when the photos were taken or who took them. Reddit has launched a challenge in Australia's highest court against the nation's landmark social media ban for children. The online forum is among 10 social media platforms which must bar Australians under 16 from having accounts under a new law which began on Wednesday. The ban, which is being watched closely around the world, was justified by campaigners and the government as necessary to protect children from harmful content and algorithms. Reddit is complying with the ban, but in its case will argue that the policy has serious implications for privacy and political rights. It is the second such challenge, with 2 Australian teens also awaiting a High Court hearing. A popular Ghanaian social media influencer known as Abu Trika, whose real name is Frederick Kumi, has been arrested over allegations he orchestrated a romance scam that defrauded elderly Americans out of over $8 million. Prosecutors said he used AI tools to create fake online identities, targeting victims through social media and dating sites, earning their trust and extorting their money. Kumi faces charges in the US of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and a money laundering conspiracy and faces up to 20 years in prison if found guilty.
There was this horrible attack in Liverpool.
And backstage footage from her Eras tour shows Taylor Swift breaking down in tears after meeting survivors and families of the victims of the Southport stabbing attack in the UK. The star met privately with some of those affected by the attack in July 2024, which took place at a Taylor Swift-themed dance workshop and claimed the lives of 3 young girls. Afterwards, she sobbed in her dressing room as her mother, Andrea, tried to comfort her. Adding to the emotional burden, the Wembley show also marked Taylor Swift's return to the stage after cancelling 3 concerts in Vienna in Austria due to a terrorist threat. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.